Thanks for joining us on the weekend edition of National Focus. I'm LOURIANNE Graham Carter. Coming up, Prime Minister reveals updates on International Airport, Francophone Month 2017 to be better than ever, and government prioritizes tourism enhancement projects. Stay with us for the details of these and other stories after this.
Introducing the Government of Dominica Internal Directory mobile app, available for download from the Google Play Store, One Mobile Market, and the Government of Dominica's website. Access to all ministries and sub-departments' phone, email and office addresses and websites. Simply select a ministry and the sub-department. You can dial directly from the app or save the numbers to your phone contacts. It's convenience at your fingertips.
Is my passport ready for pickup? Good. It really works.
Download the Government of Dominica Internal Directory mobile app today.
Thank you for staying with us. The Honorable Prime Minister Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit has revealed that plans for the construction of an international airport in the Northeast are ongoing. The nation's leader was speaking to students at the Northeastern Comprehensive School on Thursday.
I give you the assurances that this government is doing everything possible to build an international airport here in the Northeast. We have in fact engaged an international firm, an American firm, to do all of the studies in relation to the international airport. And they are coming down to do a presentation to the Cabinet on the 21st of April 2017 on their findings.
The Prime Minister met with the students to speak on the role of government in the economy. Jas will bring you more from that meeting in a subsequent newscast. In education, from March 13th to 31st, Dominica will be joining other Francophone countries in observing Francophone Month 2017. The National Commission for La Francophonie, the Ministry of Education, and Alliance Forces de la Dominique will collaborate to observe Francophone Month with activities aimed at engaging students from various schools across the island. The launch of the month-long celebration took place at the Alliance Forces Institute on Wednesday morning under the theme J'aime, je partage, which translates to I love, I share. Senior Education Officer for Curriculum Measurements and Evaluation Units in the Ministry of Education, Robert Geist, gave more details.
Our theme for this year is J'aime, je partage, which means, I hope I have my English correct, I like, I share. This is our 6th year of having the festival for primary schools, and our secondary schools have been doing that for well over 30 years, I think. In fact, since 1980 or 1981, they have been observing the French festival. And this year will also mark the 5th installment of our Mademoiselle Francophonie competition. I should mention here that French, because of our hardworking teachers, because of our hardworking French coordinator, because of the support from the Ministry of Education, because of the support from the Alliance Forces, and because of the support from the French government, French is now being taught, I've been advised by our French coordinator, in 100% of our schools.
He highlighted the efforts of the coordinators, teachers, and others in ensuring that 100% of schools on island teach the French language. Acting Director of the Alliance Forces de la Dominique, Dion Henderson, shared the organization's hopes for the month of activities.
The Alliance Forces in Dominica is very much involved in the planning, the support and logistics of events that we propose during the month. Our vocation here at the Alliance is to promote linguistic and cultural exchange, and this month of activities is an excellent opportunity to display the French culture and also promote the learning of the French language. I really hope that this month you will enjoy the French culture. Who knows it already will continue, who doesn't know it will discover interesting things that we could do, and what is available in French, and how it is great to learn another language, because it does help. And je vous souhaite un excellent mois de la francophonie.
He revealed other activities which the Institute has organized, which includes a French-Canadian artist performing at the Aracles of Culture on the 21st of March, and an international poetry and visual arts night on the 24th of March featuring two popular French artists from French Guiana and Haiti respectively. President of the Dominica Association of Foreign Language Teachers, Edith Fossois, described the much-anticipated secondary school's French Day activities to be held on March 17th at the Alliance Française.
With all the technology available, French is easily accessible. There are many activities online promoting the French language. YouTube offers a wide range of French movies and songs. Learning a foreign language has never been easier than in this internet era. Hence our theme, le français, hashtag le français dans nos mains. The day will begin at 8:30 with a praise and worship session, followed by our official ceremony. The third part of the day will be filled with different activities such as dance, skits, poem, choral speech, live museum, quizzes, and the grand highlight of the day will be a French dessert competition. Each school will create a French dessert. They will be judged mainly on presentation and taste by a panel of French chefs. French snacks will also be sold on that day.
Modern Languages Coordinator in the Ministry of Education, Charlene White-Christian, shared more of the activities the schools will be involved in during the months observed.
From March 13th to 17th, it will be French Week. So during that week, various schools will have assemblies. So you know that we have French in practically all our primary schools and all our secondary schools. So schools will put on their own assemblies and their own mini exhibitions for their parents. So that's the 13th to the 17th. On March 14th and 16th, the Ministry of Education is partnering with Petit Paris Bakery, which is the bakery downstairs, and the Alliance Française to bring a French baking experience to some of our students. So a few schools have been chosen, and students will spend the morning at the bakery. That's on the 14th and the 16th from 9:30, and they will learn to do pizzas and learn about French pastries. And during that same day, while some students are downstairs at the bakery, others will be upstairs looking at a movie, and then they will change. So we have about 4 or 5 schools who have been chosen for this experience.
Activities will also include a primary school's French festival on March 15th at the Goodall Primary School, which will include a French spelling bee, a secondary school's French festival on the 17th, International Francophonie Day on the 20th, and the 5th annual Mademoiselle Francophonie pageant on the 25th, and will wrap up with a food fair on the 31st of March. Rihanna Caprice of the Convent Preparatory School, Shanice Dalway of the Newtown Primary, Kellyanne Bunch representing the Mont Prosper Primary School, De La Couche from the Massac Primary School, Chanel Bazil from the St. Martin Primary, and Shalene Joseph representing the Goodwill Primary School will all compete to be winner of the pageant, all activities sponsored by the National Commission for Francophonie. Meantime, the Ministry of Tourism, in an effort to increase Dominica's tourist arrivals and thereby increase the share of the ministry's contribution to national economic development, employed fervent steps to improve on tourism sites and the city of Roseau. At a recent tourism consultancy workshop, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Tourism and Urban Renewal, Karen Prevost, revealed some projects the ministry is undertaking and plans for the upcoming financial year. These include site and facility enhancement, community tourism expansion, and enhancement of the island's urban areas.
Some of the specific projects that we are working on within this financial year that we expect to have a positive impact on the cruise sector include rehabilitation of sidewalks, and we know that this is a crucial area, particularly for visitors to the city of Roseau. And our priorities for this financial year include Victoria Street and Portersville. You will see more of this being rolled out throughout the rest of the upcoming months, but we are looking forward to doing some street enhancements, improving green spaces in Roseau, and continuing our cleaning works.
Major enhancements which have been paused due to cruise season traffic will continue at Trafalgar, Freshwater Lake, Tito Gorge, Wharton Waven and Emerald Pool. PIERRE thanked the Forestry Division for their partnership and work at enhancing the Emerald Pool Trail.
We have also embarked on eco-site enhancement in the communities, and in this financial year we have been doing some work in Vilcas, in Tibo, Opak. We are doing a trail to a bat cave, very interesting. And the Col Soufriere, we have recently completed the rehabilitation of the trail to the Col Soufriere.
The Permanent Secretary also addressed security measures being undertaken.
Safety and security is also another key area that the minister has highlighted, and one of the initiatives the Ministry of Tourism has taken in this financial year is to, in addition to the assistance of the police, which we are very thankful for, we have engaged a private security firm to provide additional security in Roseau on the days that we have cruise ship calls. And this we do plan to continue in the next financial year. But we are also calling on the public to assist the police, to assist our security and ensure that our visitors are safe and secure.
In the city, PIERRE also highlighted the ministry's partnership with the Roseau City Council for a cleaning program.
There has been an improvement in the cleanliness of Roseau, largely due to the work of the Roseau Central Cleanup team, which is spearheaded through the Ministry of Tourism and the Roseau City Council. We do have a team of individuals who clean the city at least 3 times a day in preparation for cruise calls, in preparation for business and local visitors who come into the city. And we expect that this will continue, and we plan to expand this initiative into Newtown and into Pottersville area in the new season.
The Ministry of Tourism has also been engaging community groups to enhance beach facilities at Mero, Purple Turtle and Salisbury. The ministry is assisting community groups by providing beach amenities for cruise calls and to enhance the beachfront landscape.
There is a lot ongoing at the Ministry of Tourism in terms of enhancing our sites and preparing for our cruise and stayover visitors. Of course, work is ongoing through Discover Dominica on air access, improvements to air access, and improvements to our marketing. As you would have heard, our marketing budget has been increased from 6 million to 8.5 million, and this has made a marked improvement for us at the Discover Dominica Authority and the Ministry of Tourism.
These initiatives are expected to be completed by June. As it relates to plans for the new budget cycle, the Honorable Minister for Tourism, Senator Robert Tong, in a previous address, has reiterated government's commitment to the Roseau Enhancement Project, PIERRE explained.
There are 3 streets earmarked for improvement in the next financial year. That would include King George V Street, Independence Street, and Great George Street. And of course, we have the well-known Roseau River Promenade project, which we expect to begin in the next financial year. Other major infrastructural works will continue in Roseau and in Portsmouth. We understand the importance of the additional cruise ship port at the Cabrits, and it is our plan at the Ministry of Tourism to conduct major enhancement works in the Portsmouth area so that we can ensure that the island receives full participation in the cruise tourism product.
She reinforced the minister's appeal to the service providers, taxi operators, vendors, hoteliers, restaurateurs and tour operators to improve on customer service to visitors and locals alike.
The issue of litter and cleanliness is one area that the minister is also very passionate about, and as I have told you, the ministry has really taken some extra efforts to ensure that the city of Roseau can be clean. And we do hope that every Dominican will take pride in the environment and make conscious decisions to manage their waste effectively.
You're watching National Focus. More when we return.
I've been in the business for over 16 years. I get up in the mornings and I look forward to having the next cruise ship berth on island. When the visitor steps off the ship, the first impression is me, and I believe that I need to put my best foot forward and to ensure that everything I do it to the best of my ability. Based on my recommendation, visitors go to various sites, restaurants, bars and vendors. I take that responsibility very seriously. I would like that the guest receives the same service that I have provided to that individual or guest. This business is bigger than me. Everybody plays a role. The cleaner who cleans my bus, my mechanic who does my checks, those persons ensure that I provide a quality service to the guest. The tourism dollar doesn't just stop with me. It allows me to pay the bank, visit the supermarket to feed myself and family, and have a drink with friends.
My name is Jenna Gist, and tourism is my business.
Welcome back. The Honorable Minister for Tourism, Robert Tong, has stated that he is very proud of the accomplishments of his ministry since becoming the Minister for Tourism. At the opening ceremony of the Discover Dominica Authority 2017 Tourism Awareness Campaign on Friday, he described some of his ministry's accomplishments.
We were able to increase the marketing budget to $6 million. The second year, we were able to increase it to $8.5 million. And if you look at the tourism master plan, it basically states that if you want to get a particular growth, you need to have the budget between $8.5 million to $12.5 million. We will be pushing to improve on that. However, some of these things take time. We're already seeing that the numbers are going to increase in terms of the number of vessels. But there are a lot of groundwork that had to be done in order to encourage those persons to come back. One of them was the cleanliness of the city. We got very low scores on that. So we have put in a plan to deal with that. We also had the issue of vagrancy, which still remains, but however, with advocacy and working with the other ministries, we've gotten that project to be approved in cabinet. So again, it's just up to the Ministry of Health to put that in place.
He also noted the improvement to the safety aspect of the tourism product.
You may have seen persons in town when there's a cruise ship in port. So we have a security team that goes around again just to make sure that, one, the vagrants don't trouble people as much as they did before. And in addition to that, to improve on the security, because one bad story has a serious negative impact on that.
The Honorable Minister revealed that sensitization about Dominica in the region as well as internationally has been ongoing.
There's always been that issue of the differentiation between Dominica and the Dominican Republic. So that is where the awareness comes into play to do a lot more. So you'd see a marked increase in the number of positive stories on Dominica. Again, all of that has been done. It didn't happen overnight. It didn't happen by itself. Those things were done by ensuring that we brought in journalists to Dominica to experience Dominica and to write more stories on Dominica. If I remember correctly, I think the number of articles that have been posted have actually almost doubled. So a lot is being done in terms of ensuring that more people are aware of Dominica.
The minister has been in discussion with several regional airlines to discuss the improvement of air access.
Prior to Tropical Storm Erica, we know that we had a certain number of flights and seats coming into Dominica. After Tropical Storm Erica, up to June 2016, we had lost 40% of that. After June 2016, we were able to increase it prior than what it was before. So we continue to do some work. And this year, we're also trying to do some additional focus on speaking with various airlines to get them to come and provide additional service to Dominica. So at least when persons want to come to Dominica, it's a lot easier for them to come to Dominica and to reduce the amount of time. So right now you have flights from Antigua that will come into Canefield, again making it easier for persons to get there.
Funds have also been made available for the improvement of tourist sites, of which he informed that government will be working on to improve these sites which received a high saturation of tourists. The minister also gave an update on the Roads Enhancement project.
We're much closer right now to having that project start. So the difficulty that we have right now is in regards to the utility companies. As you well imagine, the idea is to have all of the lines be placed on the ground. So you have Domlec, you have Dowasco, you have Mappin, you have Digicel, you have lime. So the idea is to have a utility corridor. So we're working feverishly on that so that project can actually start, and that too will make a marked difference in terms of the aesthetics of Roseau, making it wheelchair friendly and accessible. Just today I had a meeting with some persons from Domlec to even make it what they call a smart city.
Let's join Kadisha St. Louis for this week's edition of Flashback.
Welcome to this week's edition of Flashback. In the headlines this week, a memorial service was held at the Our Lady of Fatima Church on Sunday to remember deceased former president of Venezuela, Hugo Chavez. Sunday's service was attended by His Excellency President of Dominica, Charles Savre, and Mrs. Savre, Ambassador to the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela, Dr. Philbert Aaron, and His Excellency Ambassador of the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela to Dominica, Hayden Pereira Sanchez. The Discover Dominica Authority, recognizing the need to bring more awareness to the local population as it relates to tourism, have taken a different approach to Tourism Awareness Month 2017. The DDA will undertake a 3-month tourism awareness campaign from March to May 2017. A US $200,000 project, which was started by the Ministry of Trade to address the need for an improved consumer rights policy, will end on March 31st. The purpose of the project, which started last year, is to inform consumers of their rights as the ministry seeks to comply with obligations of the Caribbean region. At a press conference on Monday, Director of Trade Mathan Walter explained that the ministry has accomplished all of the objectives of the project and is ready to move on to the next phase. This week is being observed as Consumer Rights Awareness Week, to culminate on March 15th, which is also World Consumer Rights Day, recognized under the theme, Building a Digital World Consumers Can Trust. 8 members of the community of Marigot on Monday took their oaths to faithfully and positively serve the community as members of the new village council. Honorable Minister for Social Services, Lady Catherine Daniel, urged the incoming council to work with the central government in aims of realizing the goals set for the community during their time of service. Honorable Daniel took the opportunity to remind the councillors of the expectations of the Labour Party administration of Dominica's local government system and reminded them that much is expected from them. In an effort to create awareness of women's issues, the Bureau of Gender Affairs joined the rest of the world in celebrating International Women's Day on Wednesday, March 8th. International Women's Day is a world-recognized and renowned day to celebrate women, those who have achieved and have been successful in different areas, whether social, economic, political, and entrepreneurial. The Embassy of the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela in the Commonwealth of Dominica on Wednesday also recognized International Women's Day, observed on March 8, 2017. The Honorable Minister for Gender Affairs, Lady Catherine Daniel, assured those present that the government and people of Dominica remain committed to the achievement of gender equality. She shared that substantial social and economic progress can only be recognized when all members are given equal opportunity to reach their full potential. In keeping with government's mandate to increase Dominica's tourism arrivals, the ministry has contracted a consultancy team to develop a cruise tourism policy, strategy, and action plan. Cruise Consultants Collaborative C3 began a workshop on Tuesday, which will end on Monday, March 13th. The team's activities on island will include meetings with various tourism stakeholders as well as site visits. These were some of the headline stories making the news this week. For details of each of these and other stories, visit our website or Facebook page. Back to you, LOURIANNE.
Thank you, Kadisha. Coming up next, your tip of the day. Here are a few facts on domestic violence in Dominica from the data collected by the Bureau of Gender Affairs. 86.9% of gender-based violence victims are women. 4 in 10 of these women are over the age of 16. 1 in every 2 females has reported sexual abuse. 2 in every 5 reported physical abuse. 8 in 10 perpetrators of gender-based violence are male. 25% of all reported cases are intimate partners. 54.7% of the females who reported were unemployed at the time. There have been 1,117 reported cases between 2009 and 2016. Remember, Saturday, March 11th is the Female Solidarity March in collaboration with Levy Dominic. It will begin at the Botanic Gardens to Bayfront from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. And that's all for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and comments. Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website news.gov.dm. Like our Facebook page, facebook.com/GISNewsDominica, and follow our Twitter at GISDominica. You can also catch up on past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. Live streaming is also available on our YouTube channel 24 hours a day. From all of us here on the GIS News production team, I'm LOURIANNE Graham Carter. Thanks for watching and have a great weekend.